Hello, beautiful souls, and happy new moon and 111 manifestation portal, the first new moon of the new year, with the numbers being 111, creates a very powerful vortex of energy. This is going to be an energy activation and a guided meditation. I have picked up on some messages that want to come through for us today, and I will share those with you as I guide you through your own process so that you may receive the energy that you most need at this time that's in alignment with your intentions and your desires and where your soul is calling you next. If you're new to my videos, then welcome. I am an energy channel. And in these sessions, I channel different energies. And so today I will be calling upon the energy of the new moon and the 111 portal, channeling through me into this session so that you can receive this energy for whatever you need most, always for your highest and best good. So if you are open and receptive to receive an energy activation for your highest and best good, say yes. And before I get into the messages, I will connect energetically and begin the energy channeling. I invite you to take this moment to just relax. We will be calling your intentions into your mind's eye in a little bit, but right now, let's allow our minds to clear. Taking deep inhales, and with every exhale, just releasing and relaxing. Creating an energy of a sacred sanctuary for wherever you are right now. Calling in a golden divine light to fill your space. Asking that this transmutes any and all lower vibrational energies back into the energy of grace. Calling in your team of guides, angels, ancestors, benevolent beings of light who can assist you today. Surrounding you, supporting you, holding you, guiding you. And whenever I tapped into the energy of this portal, some portals to me feel pretty intense. And this one, although there's an intensity, it's very different than what I've felt before in that it's light, it's free, it's just very magical feeling. So it's not this harsh transformation energy. It's more so of an opening of pure magic that is available to you. And so we call upon this portal now to open for you. What are your intentions? What are your intentions for now? And I would also invite you, if it feels right, what are your intentions for 2024? And as you see this portal open in front of you, you see the energy of the manifestation of those intentions. And whenever we talk about intentions, a lot of times we think about outside circumstances, but a manifestation can be a change in your thoughts, a change in your physicality, your emotional state. A lot of times it's both. They often go hand in hand. What we would perceive as the inner world and the outer world, because they are all one. And so as you look through this portal and you feel the magic, I invite you to feel a sense of ease and flow. This is available to you. During the session, we will be washing away and clearing away any final energies or expectations of hardship, of continuing to climb, obstacles. This really is presenting us with a new way of being, and not just presenting it, but really encouraging us to embrace this energy. And so as I was tapping in and receiving messages for today, I was shown the Three of Wands. So 111 gave me the visual of the Three of Wands in the tarot. And the Three of Wands to me is expecting your ships to come in, expecting your manifestations, just having those positive expectations and knowing that they're here, that they're coming. Very often we will desire change. We will do maybe manifestation techniques or set intentions, but then we hold the opposite expectation. We hold an expectation of things not to change, or we continue to go back to expectations based on what happened in the past. So they're almost like two opposing forces, one with the intentions and your heart's desires and where your soul is calling you, and then an assumption or an expectation of things not to work out or not to be that way. And so I was shown this because we are being encouraged to shift our expectations. I personally have manifested many things by just expecting it to be a certain way. Not doing any techniques, but just with an expectation. And maybe you can think of in your life when you expected something to turn out a certain way, and it did. It became a self-fulfilling prophecy for good or for bad. And that's because of the energy. That's because we create that. And so, when you think of your intentions, what is the expectation that you hold? Are you still expecting them not to be here? Are you still expecting the old? Is there a bit of resistance anywhere within you? Or are you truly expecting it all to happen in the most ideal, divine, magical way, even better than you ever expected? Even better than you could imagine. I invite you to now just take on an observer role. We're calling forth to the front of your consciousness beliefs, assumptions, and expectations. Is there a fear to expect the best? This is an old egoic program that we are being called to, I'm getting the word diminish, to dissolve. It is an old survival mechanism that if we expect the other shoe to drop or we expect disappointment, then we won't be disappointed. But we create our reality. We are conscious creators. So when we expect disappointment, we create more disappointment. So although it might feel safe to your ego or to the defense mechanisms, we are being invited to let those go, to be open to shifting our perspective, shifting our beliefs and our assumptions, and allowing the world to then reflect that. You have gone through a lot of change, a lot. And there comes a time when you reach that destination point and it's time to begin a new journey, a new chapter. And we're here. But what was being strongly given to me, very, very strong message, is you have to see, we have to see that we're here. We have to have the courage to let go of those final security blankets, to truly embrace the new and step into the new. This is a whole new way of being a human, of perceiving, of acting. And it starts right here, right now, with those intentions that you set for yourself and with shifting to expecting the best. So call up all those old expectations, all of those past pains or disappointments. Call them all up. And we're giving you an energy activation. A shower of light is showering upon you. And I invite you to send all those old expectations, assumptions, those past experiences that formed your perspective. Allow them to wash away. Allow grace to transmute these for you. And we're also calling forth any and all limiting beliefs that you may not even be consciously aware of. We're calling those up to the surface as well. Any and all limitation, restriction. Asking your higher self to guide this process. We're asking that these are brought up to the surface and they are washed away now through the light of grace. You have already shed the energy of the old. You've shed the energy of it. However, there are still little pieces of our mental bodies or our consciousness that are like little specks of dirt. Those are being washed away now. Surrender and allow grace to clear these from you. It's time to fully embrace the change that you have been seeking, in whatever ways that you've been seeking it, within your internal landscape, within your external world, within both. What have you been craving? Maybe it's just true peace. Maybe it's having everything that you want, always, because there's nothing wrong with that. We came here to experience life here on earth. What is your fullest experience in true freedom, in true abundance, in all forms? What is that for you? Where is your higher self and your soul calling you to right now? And what are those aspects that tell you you can't? Maybe they even create shame or guilt, saying you're bad for wanting this, or it's not spiritual, or, all those different ways that the ego can shame us, that society can condition us or has conditioned us with shame. What are those aspects of you telling you you can't, you won't, you're bad, however it may present itself? Send those into this waterfall of grace and allow those to be washed away and cleansed from you now. And now just allow yourself to rest and recalibrate before we go through this portal. Receiving the downloads and the light codes and whatever you need right now, completely clearing your mind, resting and recalibrating. Just receive beyond the conscious mind. And now you look through that portal and you see your harvest is here. It's here now. And we're going to enter the divine flow and unfoldment and enter into this portal with our positive expectation. I invite you to repeat, I expect the best. I expect better than the best. I expect the fullest manifestation of my heart's desires. I expect ease and flow. I expect miracles. I expect the best. And really invite that, feel that, embody that. For that was the only thing holding many of us back. It really was. Everything was here. You can see your complete harvest here for you right now, in whatever ways that means. It's just your old expectations, or our old expectations. A lot of times we weren't even looking at it when it's been here for us all along. But now we're looking straight at it. We're expecting the best. We're expecting something wonderful, many wonderful things. And as you embody this energy, you allow this energy to take you straight through this powerful, magical manifestation portal. As we expect the unfoldment of all this to be here right now. You go through this portal and you enter into your harvest and you feel the sweetness of it. This is created by you. It's here for you. It's yours. And as you bask in the energy of your harvest, Open up. Open up to the newness of it. Open up to the expectation even more. And we're giving you this energy activation to carry this energy out of this session, to walk forth in this energy. And as you walk forth from this session, I would invite you to remind yourself, oh, I expect the best. Especially in situations that have been troubling, that have been hard. Set the intentions that you have for them. And then repeat, and I expect the best. And the most important piece that I'm being called to remind you of is to continue with that and allow your perspective to change, even if in some cases you will see instant shifts. But let's say you're having a situation and you repeat the affirmation, I expect the best, and maybe the best doesn't happen. That's where a lot of us get tripped up, because then we say, well, it didn't work. It's never changing. And then we go back to that old timeline or that old state. But and I'm speaking 100% from experience here, if you persist through it and say, okay, well, that's an old energy playing out. I still expect the best. It has to shift. Then it will. Then it will. Just stay with it. We're being called to persist through any and all old residual energies, and as we persist through them, they will shift. Because your consciousness and expectation has shifted. Just giving you the energy activation for this. Open up and receive the energy of your harvest flowing from this session into your day-to-day life, into your waking hours. Clearing a pathway for the most divine, flow-like unfoldment through ease and through grace. It's like the energy of the past has been transmuted. You may have memories of it, but you are in the new. Expect the new. Expect things to be different. Expect the best. And we're just calling on the magic of this portal now to infuse every energy of, or every aspect of your being with its energy. Fusing your mental body, your emotional body, your physical body, your energetic body, rippling out into the collective, into your reality, sending down roots into Mother Earth, connecting to her. Filled with light, filled with freedom, filled with flow. Clearing away any and all resistance, residual energetic, what we would call blocks, obstacles, clearing it all away, filling you with magic, walking forth from this session. And I'm grounding in the energy now. And as I'm grounding in the energy, I want to share just a couple stories, because for me personally, when I hear other people having success stories, then it helps build my belief for my own journey. And so I want to share a couple things of just how pure expectation has manifested things for me. The first is a silly story. I'm a Taurus, and I always eat the same food. It's just what I do. So when I go to a restaurant, I always get the same dishes. And so whenever I was ordering food, I was door dashing food, I always get the same stuff. And I thought I had done that. I had the expectation that what I always ordered showed up, and it did show up. And I realized I accidentally did not order that. And it's in the history and everything. But I expected what I normally would receive. I just expected it, and it came. And that, to me, although it might just sound silly, was one of like the biggest eye-opening experiences of, oh, this is how this works. Another one was when I was getting into grad school, you had to take the GRE, which is like the exam for grad school, and there's different sections of it. And the program that I wanted to go to, my overall score was good, but the one section was below what they was below their minimum requirement, but I just expected to get in. And so I did, and I didn't think anything of it. This was before I knew anything about conscious creating. I just expected to get in. And so they only accepted, I think, like 10 people out of however many hundreds of applicants, thousands. I don't know how many applicants they had. They only accepted 10 people. I was one of them. And in one of my classes, the professor said, you know, we made, of all the students we've ever accepted, we never allowed a student in who scored below a certain amount on the GRE, but we made an exception for one student in this class. And they didn't say it was me, but I thought, well, like that was me. Because I expected it. And finally, there's a Neville Goddard story that I love where a husband and wife are manifesting getting this apartment complex built. And they visualized it, and they had such faith that if they visualized it before bed, it would happen. So this person came to them to build it for them, but it wasn't exactly how they visualized it. So they just politely turned this person away 3 times. And every time this person came back until he met their expectation. But they just expected it. They're just like, no, we visualized it, it has to happen. And it did, it conformed. So we have grounded in your energy, and I'm just clearing out your space, calling in the white flame of purification to clear out your space of anything that you released. And so I share those stories just because I think that they're fun, but they also show us that our expectation holds more power than any 3D circumstance. And the 3D must conform, whether it's food or getting into a competitive program or building an apartment complex, as long as we hold that expectation. This is how it works as God creator here, creating reality. All right, so I've pulled back from the session and disconnected. So be it and so it is. Let's take a moment to give thanks. All right, happy 111 portal and new moon. And I expect for you to live your absolute best life this year, because that's what you deserve. And so I will hold that expectation for you and that intention for you. Okay, so much love and light. For extensive healings, they are linked below, and I'll talk with you next time.